Welcome to the Corvette Nationals 2013 here at Putteridge Bury, but there's nobody here. We arrived yesterday morning and it turns out that the access road, which is over there, is all cut up and too muddy, and we thought by the time too many cars had gone through it, it would become quite hazardous. So we've relocated, so let's go and find out where the real show is. It's the loo if you need it.
It's the Corvette Web Blast.
So, here we have a Corvette show. Only one C1 has arrived at the show so far, and it's absolutely stunning. It belongs to Tony Wicks. Hi, Tony.
Hi.
How long have you had this?
8 years now.
Have you done much to it, or is it pretty much as you bought it?
No, there's a fair bit of work done on it. It's had a body off job done, which was done by Corvette Kingdom some years ago, and then I did the kind of finer detail into the car and that. And in 2009 it went up and won the Car of the Year award for Classic American Magazine.
Fantastic. Okay, and you had much trouble with it, or has it treated you well?
Pretty well, yes. There's always bits and pieces to do, but yeah.
And what about the engine? Is that standard, or was that done with the body
standard.
Off? Would you have it rebuilt at all?
Well, it was. I understand it was rebuilt before I brought it.
Oh, okay.
So it had been. That's what I understand. Before I purchased the car, it had been rebuilt.
And what year is this?
This is 1962.
It's a stunning car. Thanks for bringing it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Huh? with their respective classes. So I stand, they've got a voting slip box there. So a car just pulled up on a trailer and everybody around me was saying, wow, look at the paint on that. It's a beautiful colour and a beautiful finish. Belongs to Douglas Ray. He's here. Hi.
Yes, hi.
How long have you had this car?
45 years.
45?
68.
Wow. My goodness. So it wasn't brand new, or
I'm the second owner.
So
owned by a German baron from Munich. Bought it in 68.
So how did you find it? Was it in Germany when you found it, or was it over in England?
The chap, I was living in London. Chap in London knew him and put me in touch.
Wow. So is it pretty...
I saw a Corvette several years before that in Scotland, and I thought I must get one of those. But I didn't get one right away. But when I came down here, I thought, I'll get in touch with so-and-so who knows about them, and he put me in touch and I got this one.
So have you kept it in good condition, or have you had it rebuilt? Tell us what you've done with it.
It's original. Yeah. It's always been in good condition. It's only 50,000 miles.
Wow.
On the clock.
And tell us about this paint. When this isn't the original paint though, is it?
No, the original paint was Glen Green.
Right.
Which was a 1965 colour.
Uh-huh.
Then it became Daytona Yellow. Then it became this. It's got three names actually.
Yeah.
But
it's what most people would generalise as a candy apple red. It's a beautiful colour though.
Yes.
So how many miles have you done in it? Presumably not too many if you've had it all that time.
No. Gosh. Maybe, I don't know, 30 odd thousand maybe. Yeah.
Anyway, well, thanks for bringing it, and so you're in the Premier class, and I don't know, I'd bet you might pick up a prize. I think it's beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Yes.
You can move your cars, please. Thank you very much.
We'll do probably 15 minutes.
And Rob, we also need Richard Rogers to move his car to the C6 section.
And Rich Rogers, can you move your car to the C6 section, please? Rich Rogers, please, could you move your car to the C6 section? Thank you. Right, another C2 and a familiar face of the Corvette Web Blast. Tom, hello.
Hello, yes, here I am in my C2.
Yes, we're not in the cosy indoors now, are we?
Freezing cold, I've got my top down as usual.
And you've wiped the rain off it, and
I'm in my high mileage, lovely white 1964.
How high mileage?
Well, I restored it in 2004 to 2006. And I've done about 22 or 23,000 miles since then.
And how many miles has it got on the clock in total?
131,000 now.
Wow. And you've owned it for how long?
I got it at 113,000. Prior to that, it was in a West London garage under wet mattresses, where it had languished for 15 years.
Wow.
And there's nothing more satisfying to a Corvette enthusiast to find a barn find, although it was actually a West London lock-up find. And at the moment I saw it, it was in red. It had Jaguar wheels on it, bumpers missing. It had sand and cement repairs around the front, which made it a bit heavy at the front because they couldn't find any fiberglass, and someone must have had a friendly builder.
Sand and cement repairs?
That's just quite common in Corvettes, actually. You'd be surprised how many times cars get repaired with sand.
Never heard of that. So how do they do it? Give our viewers a clue on how to repair a car with sand and cement.
Bash in that corner there, and there's a horrible mess, and you want to, you're trying to sell the car or something, so you just knock out the fiberglass, mix up some sand and cement, nice wet mix, and just sort of mould it round, and then you sand it down. Put a little bit of filler on it, matching the colour, no one ever knows.
My goodness,
that's not something I do myself.
It's not a Claremont trick, thank goodness.
Yeah,
so,
on the other hand, if you were in the Carrera Pan America and you hit something and you're going through some Pueblo type village and you want to fix your car, it's a pretty damn good solution.
yeah, absolutely. So, what have you done in that rebuild? Everything, pretty much, I guess.
We just did the usual thing, which is rip off the body, restore the chassis completely. All new bushings, rebuilt the original engine, rebuilt the original transmission, rebuilt the differential.
So fully numbers matching, obviously.
It's all numbers matching, but I did do this as a NCRS top flight. I started off with third flight when it was in its original red, and then it went to second flight when I did a whole lot more jobs, but all the time I was driving it, and finally got top flight at Le Mans in 2007.
Excellent.
With the mileage points contributed to the top flight.
Oh, okay.
So it wouldn't have made top flight because of radial tyres and Coney shock absorbers. But on the other hand, I'd rather drive
safely
500 miles on no, I'd rather have a nice drive on radial tyres and Coneys and than tow the thing on a trailer, which to my mind is
not what it's all about.
Trailers should be for broken down cars and nothing else.
Excellent. Well, thanks for bringing it and thanks for telling us about it.
Good. Okay.
Sure they'll fit in the garage.
Just arrived, welcome, and we've had a bit of a rejig here just because of the access road to the area we haven't taken to use, so that's why we're set out on the concrete. Keith Besky's set up outside, so still loads to see and buy, so get your wallets out.
The C6R was one of them on a few occasions, and very nice guy, very interesting conversation about racing in general actually. He's just a really good speaker. He was asking a question and we talked for about 5 minutes. So check out the Web Blast. We've got our camera here, so we're going to do a special on the Nationals here today.
So a bit of a C3 fest here. First of all, Tony. Hiya.
All right, how you doing?
Yeah, very good. So, how old's your car?
This is a 1969 C3 convertible. So what's that, 40 something? 43.
And it's a small block, isn't it?
It is a small block, yeah. The 5.7 350.
Yeah.
L46.
Automatic or manual?
Manual.
Yeah.
Manual. Everything's manual.
And how long have you had it?
8 years we've had it now.
You've got electric windows, haven't you?
Nope.
You serious?
No, everything's manual.
Oh,
no
right.
power steering, wind-up windows, all the power's going into the...
I've got positive luxury in my 75 then. Okay. So, sorry, how long have you had it?
I've had it for about 8 years now.
Yeah.
But it's like Trigger's broom. It's a different car now.
So what have you done to it?
Oh, new side pipes, new engine, paint job, new hood, loads and loads and loads. So it's a work of love over many years.
And how many miles have you done?
I've no idea because I've disconnected the odometer.
Oh no, shocking. Shock horror. Also got Phil here. Phil, yours is how old?
It's 79, so it's 10 years younger than Tony's.
And you've had this quite a while as well, haven't
It's
you?
about 10 years now.
Yeah. And have you done much to this?
It's actually had a body off.
Who did that?
Corvette Kingdom. And it's had a new engine from the engine factory in the States because I had the pleasure of blowing the other one up.
Oh dear. So Near, tell me about this engine. It sounds lovely.
It's a 350 small block producing 420 horsepower. The engine factory build them like a NASCAR engine. They start with an old existing block to prove it's not cracked. They pressure test it, shot blast it, and then build the engine from there.
Excellent.
Balance it, and it has a dyno and also a certificate to say what it can do.
Wow. So you said it's got quite
420 horsepower.
420. That's and it sounds like it as well. So it's got pretty wild cam in it.
It's got a wild cam in it, and I put the chambered exhaust on, which helps make the noise. So.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. And manual or automatic?
It's manual.
Right. As you should have with that sort of power, I guess. Yeah.
And Tony and I have not rivals at all, but we're good friends, and we bounce across each other on the cars.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
You know, we polish each other's when they're wet. So.
Excellent. Yes. Okay. Moving swiftly on. Thank you, chaps. That's great.
Okay.
Cheers.
You didn't tell the tale of how you ended up with a Corvette. What you were doing.
Oh, that's quite a good one. I was brought up in the States, and when I was a kid, the car to have was a Corvette. It wasn't a Ferrari or a Porsche. When I was about 6, I said to my mum, "I'm gonna have one of those cars." And she opened up my first bank account and she put 10 cents in it, and it was that bank account that bought my car.
Oh, that's a great story.
Yeah, 40 years later.
Excellent.
Yeah,
oh, well.
yeah.
Good on your mum.
Yeah, thanks, Mum. Took it round. The monster. That is incredible.
Yeah, they've got the current sticker on it. So.
This way.
Yeah, that one there definitely.
There's your fiver. There's a tenner. Can't afford that. Well, I'm desperate.
Is that your favourite trip in America?
Yeah,
Because Route 66 has actually fallen into disrepair, and now with the sort of the nostalgia thing, it's coming back up again, isn't it?
It is. The problem is that a lot of the road has fallen into disrepair and is almost undrivable in certain areas. The old Eagles song, Standing on the Corner, Winslow, Arizona, they make a lot of that, and there's a big mural on the wall based on the Eagles song. So there's a lot of places where they've latched on to Route 66 as a tourist attraction.
Right, we're with Howard Westgate now. This is a C3. What year?
75.
And you've had this for how long?
Nearly 2 years now, this one.
Very shiny. Now, tell us, it's a very noisy. You've got side pipes on it.
We've got the side pipes on it, but no silencers.
Oh, what? Have you emptied the contents of the side pipes?
Yeah, well, we fitted them about a year ago and got the loudest silencers that I could get, but it was
loudest silencers. There's a contradiction in terms.
Such a thing, believe it or not. But just decided it was too quiet, so they've come out, and it's a bit more fun now.
Now, interestingly, we'll show this in a minute. This side is loud. The other side is loud, but with pops and bangs.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why yet. I think there's an air leak somewhere, I think, and there's a bit of air getting down that side, I think. But
so, is there anything else? What has the engine had any work done on it?
The guy who owned it previous to me actually rebuilt it. I mean, he spent about 30 grand on it just before I bought it. So he'd fully rebuilt the engine himself. He'd resprayed the whole car in 2-pack paint. And then since I've had it, I've haven't done a great deal engine-wise. I've obviously fitted the side pipes. I've had it lowered all round by 2 inches.
That makes a difference. Mine's a 75, and whenever I see them lowered, I actually have to say I want to do that.
Yeah, I really like the look of it.
Improves the lines, doesn't it?
I think so. So what else have I done? The side pipes I've lowered it all around. I've fitted the pace car front spoiler, which I think makes a nice difference from the front as well.
And the back cone's different as well, isn't it?
The back cone is an 82 back end, but again that was done by the chap who owned it before me, so not something I've done, but no, it's just coming on nicely. I'm pleased with her.
And you've done a lot of miles in it?
No, not very many at all, really. I mean, it's since the rebuild, I think it's done about 5,000 miles, and I've probably done about 1,500 of those.
Right, shall we get your glamorous assistant to start the car? It's you!
Yeah, it's me.
You revved it up yesterday. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, really.
You're going to do it again?
Yes, of course I am.
Off you go.
Yeah, okay. I mean, because it starts.
There we go. Pops and bangs on the car's right-hand side. Only a few. I think it was a bit worse yesterday when maybe it was warmer. Quiet little number, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how's that on a long journey?
Interesting. Some people have to wear ear defenders when they come out with me, but I quite enjoy it. In fact, Mickey was like a little dog yesterday. He had his head out the window listening to all the pops and bangs. He was loving it that much.
So do you want one of these?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How old are you?
13.
13. So you got your heart set on a Corvette when you're older?
Yeah.
So, a C4 with side pipes. I've never seen one. This is Hussein's. You think it's the only one in the UK, don't you?
Well, I can't be 100% sure, but I've looked them up on the internet. There are a lot of C4s with side pipes, but they're fake pipes where they come out in plastic and then they've got the outlet here. But what happens is it comes from the engine to the back of the car and then comes out through the side. So they're not actual side pipes, whereas this is a proper side pipe, right from the 70s and the 80s, and connected direct to the engine. And if you search it up on the internet, this always comes up as C4 with side pipes. And I don't know of any other myself personally. I haven't seen one.
So did you fit them yourself?
Well, I purchased the pipes from the US, bought them here, and I had a company in Watford called CKS Performance. They fitted it all up properly, mounted it so that it meets requirements and stuff.
So what side pipe is it? It's obviously not a Corvette one.
Definitely not a Corvette one, and to be honest with you, I can't remember the name of the company that produces them, but
so on the engine, have you got headers or just a manifold?
It just comes straight off the manifold, because I decided to keep the engine as stock as possible, because it's an oldish car and I don't want to do too much to it and then kill the engine later on. It looks nice, it sounds good, it goes okay, and as far as I'm concerned, that's good enough. I don't need to kill it, you know what I mean? So
lovely, thanks for talking to us. I think we ought to hear it now.
All right then. Okay.
Sounds lovely.
Okay. There you go. All right. Tony Wicks.
It's Tony Wicks.
Right. Cheers, Tony.
Here we go. Tony. This is runner-up. Steady on, Tony. You've gone too far.
You can tell I've never done this before.
What's your name?
Tony.
Tony.
Yeah, we know it's Tony.
Fantastic.
There you go.
Great. Thank you so much. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Now we're going back to C2 now. This is Dieter Orton.
Very unexpected,
Dieter Orton, C2. So now C3, winner of the C3, this is Paul Allen. So we move on to late C3. There we go, winner of late C3. This is Mike Lacey. Congratulations, Mike. So we're on to C4 now.
There you go, John. There you go. Show it to camera.
John in C4. It's all very formal here, isn't it? No surnames. So this is Neil Evans winning C4. That's sponsored by Eurovet. Moving on to C5. Just a thank you to Joe from Engrave UK. He's supplied the trophies for us again this year. Thank you, Joe. And he's gone for the alternative route round the roundabout, ladies and gentlemen. Very brave move. He's abroad or in America, obviously.
Paul Willis.
This is Paul Willis. Big hand for Paul Willis. Winners C5. So on to C6. Here we go, Barry. Oh, I wondered if he might win. That's stunning, isn't it? So here we go, winner of Best C6. This is Nick Gregory. Big hand for Nick Gregory. So we move on to the Ray Groves Memorial Trophy. I love this car, I have to say. It's just phenomenal. Oh, parking up. There we go.
Right, there you go.
Don't move, because you've won the next prize as well. So also winner of the Premier class.
Right. They won that one as well and the other one. The other one's the same as that. Right. But the one we broke one. Unfortunately.
So we move on to Best Engine. And again, we've gone for the American route, round the rotary.
Right. You did it again. There you go. Okay. Oh, wow, look at that. Cheers, guys. Okay.
That was Best Engine. That was Paul Willis, Best Engine. Okay, we're going to Best Paint now, and we recall that rather lovely Red C2. And well-deserved Best Paint, ladies and gentlemen.
You did it again, you need a bigger car. Yeah, you need a bigger car, don't you? Hold on. Yeah. All right.
Chairman's choice.
There you go. Now you got two. Thank you.
Well done, Barry. So, Best Visiting American now. Ah, there it is. There we go. I present to you the Best Visiting American. Hey, take a photo of your own car. And you press this button there and check the exposure.
I've started off.
And arriving freshly in the ring, Johnny Benz. Big hand for Johnny. Best Visiting American car. Lovely stuff. Here we go. Round of applause. Best furthest travelled from overseas. This is Danny. Well done, Danny. Well, that sort of pretty much wraps up proceedings. Don't quite know how we've got away without being rained on. I'm sure that'll happen. Can we have a round of applause for Paul and Helen and his team? I forgot to mention Helen last time. Paul, do you want to just say a few thank yous? You know who's been involved.
Hi everybody. Just usual thank you rubbish. Mr. Hunter, Top Banana, done all the trophies, all the sponsorship hunting, and the whole Nationals team. This is the last year that I'm doing this. I've had enough. It's time for someone else to have a go. But just want to say thank you to everybody that's helped in the past, everybody that'll help in the future, and my wife for putting up with me. And the cake last night at my party. So thanks ever so much everybody for what you've done. Thanks for coming. Hope to see you next year in better weather. Cheers, thank you.
Oh yeah, big thank you for the barbecue team, by the way. They did a most fantastic job on the food. Round of applause for the barbecue people. And we also have a straggler in the have we missed one? Yes, right, so that has to be Howard. Sorry, we have had an administrative error here. This is runner-up C3. Here we go. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. Runner-up C3, this is Howard Westgate. Round of applause for Howard. While you can still hear yourselves. We got there in the end. How'd you go? Try not to hit anything. Well, that concludes the judging, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have this on the web in about a week or two, with a bit of luck, on the Corvette Web Blast. So just thank you all, and we'll see you all again next year. Bye-bye.